Welcome to my show. This is Faith Quintana coming to you again. Today I'm going to be talking about the reason that people stop tithing and giving offerings. In Malachi chapter 3, verse 13, the people said, "You have said harsh things against me, says the Lord. Yet you ask, what have we said against you? You have said it is futile to serve God, difficult, hard. What did we gain by carrying out His requirements and going about like mourners before the Lord Almighty? But now we call the arrogant blessed. Certainly the evildoers prosper, and even those who challenge God escape." Most of these churches, preachers use Malachi chapter 3 to refer to giving, and if you don't give, that you're cursed with a curse. Well, first of all, in order to be giving and tithing, you have to be a follower. And here, God has rebuked the people because they have not been following Him, all the nation, He said. And I'm going to read beginning with chapter 3 of Malachi, which is the very last book of the Old Testament. "See, I will send my messenger who will prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the Lord you are seeking will come to His temple. The messenger of the covenant whom you desire will come, says the Lord Almighty. But who can endure the day of His coming? Who can stand when He appears? For He will be like a refiner's fire or a launderer's soap. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. He will purify the Levites and refine them like gold and silver. Then the Lord will have men who will bring offerings in righteousness, and offerings of Judah and Jerusalem will be acceptable to the Lord, as in the days gone by, as in former years." And He's reminding them here when they once served Him and they gave up offerings, and now they didn't anymore. "So I will come near to you for judgment. I will be quick to testify against sorcerers, adulterers, and perjurers, against those who defraud laborers of their wages, who oppress the widows and the fatherless, and deprive aliens of justice. But do not fear me, says the Lord Almighty. I, the Lord, do not change. So you, O descendants of Jacob, are not destroyed. Ever since the time of your forefathers, you have turned away from my decrees and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says the Lord Almighty. But you ask, how are we to return? Because the whole nation was backslid, and because God is telling them because they are away from Him. In verse 8 He says, "Will a man rob God? Yet you rob me. But you say, how do we rob you? In tithes and offerings you are under a curse, the whole nation of you, because you are robbing me. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that you will not have room enough for it. I will prevent pests from devouring your crops, and vines in your fields will not cast their fruit, says the Lord Almighty. Then all the nations will call you blessed, for yours will be a delightful land, says the Lord Almighty. You have said harsh things against me, says the Lord." Tithing is not just about giving, but because of your state of mind. Where have you allowed yourself to wander to? God is reminding us that people will not tithe and not give because they are backslid. They're away from the Lord. They don't put the things of God first. And God is pleading with them before He sends His messenger to come and to destroy with fire, that He is telling us once again to return to Him, because you are robbing Him of all that is desired to Him. All that God has given to us shows an increase in your life. Our giving back to Him is our way of showing or saying that we are blessed of Him. Heathen don't give They won't give to God. Why should they give? They don't reverence Him or respect Him. They sin. A sinner sins, and soon enough, as you begin to sin and practice your sin, you won't regard God as being that third eye. Well, not a third eye, I'm sorry, but that one that is there sitting, watching, and seeing everything that you do. He's always there. He sees everything that we do. So He says, return to me and I will return to you. And when you ask yourself, well, how have we been away from the Lord? Because you are not going to regard the things of God and put them first, because you are in a backslid state. This is Faith Quintana. Until next time.